remember the story. Rabbi Blazinski, a young bocher learning in the Mesilas Yesharim Yeshiva in Warsaw. This is 1921. He's introduced to Chassidus. He and his friends. The Beryl Moishe Shmotkin is giving a shir in the yeshiva, and it's tolerated by the Anhola because he's contributing. But then when they see what's happening, they're becoming the Bavitch Chassidim. That's already crossed the line. And thank you very much, but no thank you. The Anhola tells the Bachrim in no uncertain terms, if you want to continue learning Tanya, then leave the yeshiva. This is not for you. He said most boys left. Remained. But how many were there? That was 12 Bachrim, yeah? Or 7? 12. 12 Bachrim. Huh? 12. Him and yeah, so 12 in total. So they told the Beryl Moishe, we're not going to stop learning Chassidus. This was in his words. What the words he used, he felt healed in Chassidus. So that's how the beginning of the Lubavitch Yeshiva, the first time Chetmimim outside Russia in Poland. And the Fidige Rebbe encouraged it, etc. Now his family, this was the yeshiva, but his family were not thrilled. He's a Parisiv, a Chassid, and that his learning is becoming Chabadski, Lubavitcher. So the Parisiv Rebbe at the time summons him. He says, what are you learning in your Chassid over a Maimer from the Kotei Torah, which he said with tremendous clarity, and he's cut off in the middle. After 10 minutes, didn't finish the Maimer. And then, to his shock, he's a Bocher, he's 15 years old, he's 16. The Parisiv Rebbe said something which sounded derogatory to Rav Meir about the Fidige Rebbe. Now, I'm not sure what to do. He's not going to answer back. It would be disrespectful to the Parisiv Rebbe. That's where we're up to now. On the other hand, he was unable to remain quiet and continue hearing negative things about the Fidige Rebbe. Uncertain, but unwilling to compromise his principles and beliefs, his kashrus, Rabbi Meir, or the honor of the Fidige Rebbe is really what's at stake here. So, what does he do, this Bocher? He says goodbye and walks out. The Parisiv Rebbe was insulted by this show of disrespect and excommunicated Reb Meir. As a consequence, most of his family abandoned him. This is the Mesiras Nefesh for Chassidus, friends. Only his father, who saw that his son is growing in his Yiddishkeit, and that his son is not the type to be a chutzpahdik, he was a very edel boy, so he accepted his son's behavior, but the rest of the family ostracized him. Not only this, a few months later, this was Pesach time. After Tishrei, the Bocher becomes very sick. This Reb Meir, clearly from the Kpeda, from the displeasure of the Parisiv Rebbe. Medicine was very different in those days, I'm reading the story, and doctors did not have the advanced antibiotics that we have at our disposal today. As his illness progressed, the Meir became extremely weak and bedridden, and the doctors were very dire in their predictions, like he was so frantic. His parents went back to the Parisiv Rebbe and begged for a bracha for their son, to which he replied, quote, I already said that learning Kabbalah would destroy him. If he will promise to stop this learning, he will heal. So stop learning Chassidus, Chabad, and he will heal. The parents come back and they tell the Bocher, their son, Reb Meir, we call it Reb Meir, what the Parisiv Rebbe said. And they said to him, no, so stop learning Chassidus. And faced with his saddened mother, who was crying and pleading with him, Reb Meir asked for 2 hours to make up his decision. Alone in his sick room, Rabbi Meir's mind went back and forth. On the one hand, it was clear that his illness came upon him because of the kpeda of the Parisa Rebbe. And al piteva, from a natural and medical perspective, his situation was desperate and he would not recover. On the other hand, how could he give up learning Chassidus? Could it be that through learning Chassidus, this would cause him to be punished and be sick? And so he struggled for 2 hours and then returned to the son's sick, and then after 2 hours, the parents returned to the son's sick room where he told them, I have decided to continue learning Chassidus, and if death is decreed upon me because of that, I'm fully prepared to accept it. Mind firmly made up, ready to be Moishe Nefesh for Chassidus, the Bocher Rabbi Meir wrote a letter to the Chassidic Rebbe explaining his entire situation, asking the Rebbe for a bracha. Rabbi Meir received the bracha from the Chassidic Rebbe, and slowly his health began to improve. Soon Rabbi Meir was able to continue to learn once again, although remnants of the strange illness remained with him for the rest of his life. So here's a beautiful story. This isn't demanded today anymore, but if a Bocher was ready, mamish, give up his life, he's continuing to learn Chassidus because he dehered the anoichi, and that's something he's not going to separate himself from. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and may we have our Mesiras Nefesh, which we need positively, b'simcha v'tuv livav.